ideas of what you think the most, like, I don't know, effective or important out of these are?
I think what you said before, automatic voter registration is like very important, and like it will become easier for people to like automatically get involved in registration instead of like going through that whole process, which I feel like people don't want to go through that whole process, and then like that's why there's lower number of voters.
Yeah, and also mandatory on-campus pool sites, because again, like you said, I don't see any like cons to that, because for college students who want to go and like register to vote or vote, but they can't because it's either too far for them or they have things to do. I feel like it's important.
If you see the letter, it has the same rate as like if he meets with the student council or like a youth council like once a month.
No, it doesn't have the same weight, but I don't think that every legislator should be forced to meet with a youth council because that seems so time consuming. I mean, there's like
So like,
transportation
isn't it
costs.
like is it totally worth it?
I mean, that's really up to the legislator's constituents, though. If the legislator has to be re-elected each election cycle, and it's something that the constituents are really really passionate about, then wouldn't that be reflected in the ballot box?
I mean, if you say you're against like lowering the voting age and like the 60s and 70s, and like just as we got to know, 18 and 19-year-olds, they don't vote that much, so it wouldn't really be reflected in the like voting turnout, right?
Did you have a point you wanted to?
Yeah, with a 16% like youth voter turnout, I don't think that kids have like the youth has shown they're entitled to the right to vote with only she made the point that they had 16% like participation, and then went on to say that they should be represented in government. Like, if they're not engaged in politics, then why should they be represented in government? Also, they're not paying taxes, which is like the main point of being represented in your government.
I would say like we as like a small group, especially the people out there and as well as us, like we are the small percentage of young people who are really passionate about politics. I don't think a lot of our friends or a lot of our classmates aren't as passionate about these things. It's like one of their least worries. So I wouldn't. You have to give it time for them to actually think about the importance of it, and then at a good age, then people get interested.
I also think like a youth advisory council is just like I think redundant, like an establishment through the government, because it's not like youth can't do anything to petition the representatives, right? Like if anything, if you're really passionate about something, like we can band together, we can form an organization, and we can really go after our local representatives and legislatures. There's really no need to form a governmental body that comprises of youth just to I think it is a waste of time for legislatures who might not want to do that. So yeah, I think we talk about I think some people talk about this this is the only measure in which youth can communicate to legislatures, right? To legislators. But I was working at an assemblyman's office, and we had people come in all the time. We had people talk to assemblymen all the time, and some of those were young people, right? So I don't think I think it's just unnecessary.
Okay. So if we hypothetically didn't have these councils, because as you said, they may be a little bit redundant, do you think we should at least have better processes in place to make communication between the 15 to 18 constituent age, a clearer path between them?
Yeah, but that's on us. That's on us to make our voice heard. It's not on the government to be let's enable a channel for the youth to come forward. So we should speak louder to them. We should demand more change. We should go to our constituents. We should go to our representatives. We should do more. It's not. I don't think we need to form a body to get to them.
Any last points?
It's a bigger hassle to register than it is to get to the place. All right, which one do you think is more discouraging of voters, of young voters?
Or let's just vote on the topic and do right here. So on-campus voting, always raise your hand. The other option, raise your hand. Okay.
So that's
Automatic.
and then also there's just the issue we're talking about how much that costs to hire all these people to every single college and all the machines, and also just getting to point it would be not to belittle your point or anything. That's like a easy fix. That's like bus service, versus a fundamental issue in our democracy. I'm not sure what the fund many cons.
We talked so much about that. I'm not done talking about that. So really,
Which one?
I like voters.
Wait, which one? streamlines the process, what can?
Oh, I think she mentioned for a con that it could potentially it could potentially be a turnoff for, she said, I think, undocumented immigrants, and then she said, like, for some reason, domestic abuse survivors, because it could potentially, like, send information to the government that they wouldn't necessarily want publicized. I'm not sure how that would work. But she said that's one of the things that they're trying to eliminate with if AVR were to come over. So I guess you could say that that's a con.
Can somebody talk more about the domestic abuse thing? I don't understand.
I wasn't sure how that related to us, but she did bring it up.
Wait, what?
No, whatever her name was. What's her name? Miss
Brianna.
Miss Brianna was talking about how one of the potential cons of AVR could be that information, especially from like undocumented immigrants, might be required with AVR and domestic abuse survivors, but I didn't necessarily understand the connection, but she did bring it up.
I mean, I know the connection between undocumented immigrants, but
Yeah, but the second one on the
and like,
But think about it. Why do you think it might
not sure, I just
be
assumed that you have
dangerous for a domestic abuse survivor?
if the partner doesn't agree.
Either way.
Say it again.
Oh,
Well, that's not citizens. It's illegal.
that's a good point too.
Some interactive person could get that information.
But why would they be able to get the information?
How would they even get the information, right? Like, what?
But remember, part of it is perception. So if you
Oh,
are
right.
sort of
You
like
think.
trying to be anonymous or not have your address known, doing anything with a government agency might be
Why would that
intimidating.
not already be something that they're doing? Like, I wouldn't want anybody finding out my voter information. Like, just like aside from the domestic abuse thing, like I don't care about that. But like, just in general, I don't want anybody finding out who I voted for. Although I don't think
Nobody can find out who you voted
Exactly. So why would it matter to domestic abuse victims? Like, how
because
would
they
it
may
affect
think that their address, that sort of like doing anything with a government agency might mean that you're on record and someone might find
you.
you.
Too, though. Like, how is that like specific to them?
Yes.
How would that be different than registering to vote kind of normal, like the current?
Again, I think we can ask Brianna, but I think it's more about perception. That sort of if you're already feeling anxiety, anything that.
Typically, would those be people who are already not non-voting?
Well, it might be. So if you're trying to be off the record, you may not have registered to vote, and then because you're automatically registered, you lose the ability to. Now, again, you can opt out. Automatic voter registration means the default is in, but you could still say, I don't want to be.